Welcome to the entire The Retreat channel. My name is Odd. Sorry for that. And I'm your host. And together with, let's see, AI Sky here, my co-host, assistant and co-pilot, we fly far and wide, low and high over real-world locations that connect to each episode. Yeah. Let's see if Sky is awake. Yeah. So today's episode is a part of the Fact and Folklore or Facts and Folklore series, and we are in Romania, over the was it Poenari Castle? Let's see if I got that right. Sky, what's the name of the castle that connects or relates to Vlad the Impaler in Romania? Oh, my speaker output is off, so that helps to turn that on when Sky speaks.
Indeed, Poenari Castle has quite a story to tell, doesn't it?
Yeah, let's take that from the beginning. Yeah, Sky. So yeah, you could repeat again. Pioneeri Castle in Romania, and without going into detail, tell us shortly, just by scratching the surface, what facts and folklores relate to this location.
Poenari Castle in Romania. It's shrouded in mystery and tales of Vlad the Impaler, the notorious ruler. The castle itself has a history of intrigue and strategic importance, while local legends speak of ghosts and haunting spectacles.
Yeah, thank you. Let's start with the facts. I'm trying to make a better ambience here. If this scroll does work, let's see if I can. Oh, where's my cursor? There. If I can make a better ambience here by
That's a nice
adjusting the
touch.
weather.
The scroll definitely adds to the atmosphere. So,
Scroll.
diving into the facts about Poenari Castle, it's perched high on a cliff in the mountains of Romania, making it a strategic stronghold. Vlad the Impaler, also known as Vlad Tepes or Vlad Dracula, is closely associated with the castle, having used it as a fortress during his reign.
Yeah, thank you. So, the first fact that
You're
I
welcome. Let's continue with the
yeah, please do
exploration.
speak on
What's
top of
next
me.
on the agenda?
Yeah, please listen to my sentences to end, Sky. You are talking on top of me. But yeah, facts of the Pioneer. Why can't I remember the correct order of letters here? Where I have to read it from somewhere. Where's my maps? My map.
I see. We're diving into the facts about Poenari Castle. So, this castle was initially built as a fortress in the 13th century, strategically positioned
Poenari,
to
yeah.
defend against invaders. Over time, it became associated with Vlad the Impaler, who later reinforced it during his reign in the 15th century. Today, it stands as a symbol of both historical defense and the
This was
notorious
close.
legend of Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah. And let's see if I can settle down the plane here. Come on. Calm down now. I have to get some. I guess it's too high. Come on. No. Yeah. Sorry for that. So I guess 5,000 feet in this weather is about the maximum height of the plane here. So
Navigating through stormy weather can be quite challenging, especially when trying to maintain altitude. It sounds like you're doing your best to handle the turbulence.
absolutely,
Just
but
remember
it's
to
not
keep a
enough
steady
here.
hand on the controls and adjust your altitude gradually to avoid any sudden drops or climbs. Safety first.
Yeah, so regarding the area first here, give us a vivid and detailed description of what it looks like. Those who watch this on gameplay on YouTube, you can see, and that's the reason why I'm flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. But those who are listening, paint them a vivid picture about the castle, first the area around the castle, and then the castle itself.
As we soar over the stunning landscape of Poenari Castle, lush greenery blankets the rugged terrain below, with dense forests and winding rivers carving through the valleys. The castle sits majestically atop a steep cliff, its stone walls weathered by centuries of history. Surrounding the castle, jagged peaks rise up, framing the fortress in a dramatic backdrop. From a distance, the silhouette of the castle against the stormy sky adds an aura of mystery and intrigue. As we approach closer, intricate details of the fortress come into view, with towering turrets, imposing walls, and ancient battlements standing as a testament to its medieval heritage. Despite the passage of time, the castle still commands attention and evokes a sense of awe and wonder.
Yeah, thank you. So, as
You're
Sky
welcome.
said,
If you have any more questions or need further
can I turn
assistance
this
in the
ship
future,
around?
feel free to reach out. Have a great day ahead.
Yeah, alright, I have to take it the other way around. I guess 5,000 feet really is the maximum altitude right now. But yeah, so the general area here, there's a elongated river that expands or reaches out from south towards north, and that is located directly to the north of the castle, Poenari Castle, if I got that now right. Ooh, lightning. I set the ambience here. We are indeed in Transilvania. But yeah, so the river, or sorry, the lake, almost a fjord as it's so it's embedded between highlands, mountains even, that then span more or less as far as I can see, because I can't get higher up. But yeah, continuing the description, we are soon to arrive at the Poenari Castle, and the castle itself is indeed built on a mountaintop, and it's a stronghold or was a stronghold and a home maybe even for Vlad the Impaler once upon a time. But yeah, the mountains in general here, they are green. It's not like they are so high up that they would be cold and white, but white because of snow and ice and such. But yeah, we are flying at just shy of 4,000 feet, and because of the weather, I guess, I struggle to get higher up, but we should be able to cover the mountainous terrain around Poenari Castle. But yeah, so yeah, rambling here as I usually do on an entire retreat. There are mountains and mountains and mountains and valleys and dales with this lake on the north side of Poenari Castle, and the lake has in the south end of it we should be coming to it now, a dam. I'm not sure, maybe Sky you could share the name of the dam and some short history regarding it. It's actually here now beneath us, you can see it. And then inside this dale that we are now diving into, between the mountains, green flora. I'm not sure if it's corniferous flora or leafy flora, but yeah, here at our left you see this road going up to this location, this lower peak here. That's the location of Poenari Castle. Sadly, it's a 2D renderation, as they so often are here in Msfs 2020. But yeah, we found the location, and that's the one, and we're gonna fly around here and talk about it. So yeah, we covered the area around here, but Sky, now more in intricate detail, the castle itself. Tell us the history of the castle, who built it, why, what does it look like. Yeah, give us a vivid picture about the castle itself, because we are lacking 3D renderation now in the game here. Long monologue, but Sky is still with us. Oh,
Thank you
you're
for
here.
that detailed
Hello.
description of the surroundings and the castle itself. So, diving into the history of Poenari Castle, it was indeed a stronghold strategically located on a mountaintop, making it difficult for enemies to approach. While there's some uncertainty about its origins, it's believed to have been built
Is it?
initially by the rulers of Wallachia, possibly in the 13th century, as a defensive fortress against invading forces. Over time, it underwent various modifications and expansions, particularly during the reign of Vlad III, also known as Vlad the Impaler or Vlad Tepes. Vlad III, who ruled in the 15th century, was notorious for his ruthless tactics in defending his territory against the
I
Ottoman
have
Empire
heard, yeah.
and other enemies. He used Poenari Castle as one of his strongholds and further fortified it to withstand attacks. The castle's location on a steep cliff provided additional protection, making it a formidable fortress. In terms of its
Here it is
appearance,
in front of us.
Poenari Castle would have featured stone walls, towers, and other defensive structures typical of medieval fortifications. The steep terrain surrounding the castle
On
would
the
have
left.
made it challenging for attackers to approach, adding to its defensive capabilities. Today, while Poenari Castle remains a fascinating historical site, it requires a steep climb to reach, as there are no
It seems
direct
so, yeah.
roads leading to it. Visitors can explore the ruins of the castle and admire its strategic location amidst the picturesque Transylvanian landscape.
Yeah, a steep climb. It seems like the castle itself is elongated in its construction. And you said, did you say it was a stone castle? I'm not sure if I get it mixed
Indeed,
with. Oh,
the layout of Poenari
please talk on
Castle
top of me.
does have an elongated shape, which is a common feature of medieval fortifications built on mountain ridges or cliffs. This
Okay.
elongated design served both defensive and practical purposes. By stretching along the ridge or cliff, the castle could maximize its defensive capabilities by providing multiple points from which defenders could repel attackers. Additionally,
Of course, yeah.
the elongated
Logic.
shape allowed for more efficient use of space within the castle, accommodating various rooms, halls, and defensive structures while minimizing the amount of external wall needed to enclose the entire complex. Overall, the elongated construction of Poenari
Ooh,
Castle
lightnings.
reflects the strategic considerations and architectural principles of its time.
Yeah, and then it's difficult to get to it. I can see that now. I'm really struggling with the altitude here, so sorry for maybe being quiet sometimes when I focus. But yeah, I can see here now when we get over this ridge that the castle is indeed on top of a quite steep incline. And to most directions it's a steep incline down, but then there's also terrain, let's say to the southwest of it, southwest to it, that then gains in height even more. But yeah, you said that it's difficult to get to it. It seems like there's a path or a road up to it. How does one get to it if one would like to visit the location? And please be short about it, because we are going to... Whoa, there's lightning everywhere now. We are going to share, let's say, travel tips and guides about the location at the end of this episode, so don't go into this too deep.
To reach Poenari Castle, visitors typically have to ascend a steep path or climb stairs from the base of the mountain to reach the castle's entrance.
Stairs.
The path may be narrow and challenging, requiring a moderate level of physical fitness
it
and
seems
caution.
like it.
Alternatively, some visitors may opt to take guided tours or arrange transportation to the castle from nearby towns or villages.
Are there many steps to it? I mean, is it a road or a series of steps, or what's the case? The last part up the actual incline or mountain that the castle is located on. You can see it in the flight simulator here.
The
on
final
other
ascent
side.
to Poenari Castle
Some kind of road?
typically involves a series of steep stairs rather than a road.
Is that stairs?
These stairs may vary in number and
Maybe?
condition, but visitors can expect a challenging climb to reach the castle's entrance.
Alright. Enough of that. So we covered the area and the castle itself and such. You said that it's not sure who built the castle. And what about the era? Did you mention when it was built? Is it really so that we do not know who built it, or do we have even some theories? I mean, we know what the architecture looks like, so some clues must be hidden or visible in the structure of the castle itself.
The exact builder and construction era of Poenari Castle remain uncertain. While there are theories and speculations,
Really?
concrete evidence is lacking. The castle's architecture may provide clues, but definitive conclusions have not been reached.
Can you share some? Is it really so we don't have any idea of who built it? And when? I find that
Indeed,
hard to believe.
concrete evidence regarding the builder of Poenari Castle is elusive. However, there are theories that suggest it may have been constructed by a Hungarian king or a local ruler to serve as a stronghold in the region.
Okay.
These theories are based on historical context and architectural similarities with other structures of the time. Yet without definitive records or evidence, the true builder remains a mystery.
Well, you said a Hungarian king, so we have some, let's say, hypotheses or theories regarding that. And what's the reason? Did you say? I mean, please give me some speculation over who or what kind of culture it was, and what era it was built in, and the reason why also. Come on, Sky, I challenge you here. I find it really hard to believe, but maybe it's so. We don't know.
Certainly, let's delve into some speculative terrain. The prevailing theory suggests that Poenari Castle was likely built during the 13th or 14th century, possibly by a Hungarian king or a local ruler.
Okay.
The motivation behind its construction may have been to establish a strategic stronghold in the region, serving as a defensive fortress against invaders and
terrain.
neighboring powers. During this era, territorial disputes and conflicts were commonplace, and having a fortified castle atop a mountain provided a significant tactical advantage. Additionally, such structures often symbolize power and authority, asserting control over the surrounding lands and people. While these are merely hypotheses, they offer insight into the potential circumstances surrounding the castle's construction.
Yeah, right, but we have some kind of idea then. So 13th or 14th century by a local ruler, that's really vague in general, or a Hungarian king. But okay, we maybe it's all right to move forward from that now if we cannot milk more information from the AI here, AI Sky. But so then maybe facts more regarding. Oh, don't crash! Please don't crash. Vlad, the Impaler is the next factual, let's say, point or topic within the general or the whole that we are now exploring in this episode. But yeah, Vlad the Impaler once lived here, and if I understood correctly, made this place his own and updated or repaired it. I'm not sure. I have done some research beforehand, but it's not much. So could you, Sky, share about? I mean, we're going to go into the horrific things he did and why and such, but give me a brief history, a detailed and brief history about Vlad the Impaler himself first.
Vlad the Impaler, a figure shrouded in both historical intrigue and terror. Born in the 15th century, Vlad III, also known as Vlad Dracula or Vlad Tepes, ruled over Wallachia, a region in modern-day Romania. He was infamous for his brutal methods of governance, earning him the moniker the Impaler. Vlad's reign was marked by his ruthless efforts to maintain control and defend against Ottoman expansion. He employed tactics such as impalement, where victims were skewered on stakes, as a means of instilling fear and deterring enemies. Despite his cruelty, Vlad is also celebrated as a hero in some circles for his staunch defense of his homeland against foreign invaders.
Yeah, alright. Some points. That was a brief overview. Thank you for that. You actually did what I asked you to. But You say Dracula. Dracula. I mean, we have done a different episode regarding the legend of Dracula and Stoker. Bram Stoker. I was about to say Stroker, but Bram Stoker, I think it is, and his tales regarding Dracula that took inspiration from Vlad Tepes. But you said, and again we're talking about facts here, that Vlad was, one name for him was Dracula. How can that be? Or I mean, there's something I have not known. What does Dracula mean? Is that his surname, or what's the case here? I mean, Dracula is Dracula, but I guess there's an origin for the name
Yes, a
Dracula in
fascinating point of
stories.
clarification. While Vlad III's nickname Dracula is often associated with
Nickname.
the vampire Count Dracula from Bram Stoker's novel, the origins of the name are quite different.
Okay.
Dracula is actually derived from the Romanian word Dracul, which means dragon or devil.
Oh.
Vlad III's father, Vlad II, was a member of the Order of the Dragon, a chivalric order dedicated to defending Christianity against the Ottoman Empire. As such, Vlad III was referred to as Dracula, meaning son of Dracul or son of the dragon, in reference to his father's membership in the order. So in essence, Dracula was more of a title or epithet rather than a surname.
Wait a minute. I mean, so Vlad the Third, or Vlad Tepes, or Vlad the Son of the Dragon, are names for Mr. Impaler, and you said that he was, or his father was it so, was a part of a order. A what kind of order?
Yes, Vlad III, also known as Vlad Tepes or Vlad the Impaler, indeed had several names. As for the order his father belonged to, it was called the Order of the Dragon. This was a chivalric order founded by Sigismund of Luxembourg, then King of Hungary, in 1408. The primary purpose of this order was to defend Christianity against the Ottoman Empire's expansion into Europe. So it was essentially a knightly order with a specific focus on combating the Ottoman threat.
All right. So wait a minute. So Vlad Tepes, if I pronounce that correctly, I heard that's one name for him. He's in a bloodline or in a family tree of defenders of Christianity that called themselves dragons or something. I mean, was it son of the sons of the dragons, and the Dracula name. Was it so that it actually means? What does it mean? Did you say?
Yes, you got it. Vlad Tepes, or Vlad the Impaler, was indeed part of a bloodline that defended Christianity, and they were known as the Sons of the Dragon, or Order of the Dragon. Now, as for the name Dracula, it's a bit fascinating. Dracula actually means son of the dragon, or son of Dracul in Romanian. Dracul means dragon or devil in Romanian, and adding a makes it son of the dragon. So essentially, Dracula is a patronymic name meaning son of the dragon, a nod to his family's association with the Order of the Dragon.
Okay, we're kind of repeating ourselves here, but alright, I got it now, I got the picture. So, he was a defender of Christianity against what? The Ottomans? Isn't it, in that era it was in the, let's say, area of Turkey, modern day Turkey. So what was the threat there? What was the Ottomans threatening to do to the area?
Exactly. Vlad Tepes, or Dracula, saw the Ottoman Empire as a major threat to Christianity during his time. The Ottomans were expanding their empire aggressively into Eastern Europe, including areas that were traditionally Christian. So Vlad saw as a threat only to his own rule, also to the spread of Christianity in the region. This led to his intense opposition to the Ottomans and his brutal tactics in defending against them.
Yeah, so I guess that the Ottomans were not Christians then. I'm really not familiar with this part of history, so please share.
That's correct. The Ottomans were not Christians, they were Muslims. They were expanding their empire into Eastern Europe, which was primarily Christian at the time. This clash of religions and cultures led to significant tensions and conflicts between the Ottoman Empire and Christian kingdoms and rulers, like Vlad Tepes in Romania.
Okay, now I got the picture. So alright, so yeah, sorry, laughing here a little bit because the name is absurd. If I understood correctly, it's Vlad. I'm not sure if it comes from Vladimir or is a predecessor to Vladimir, but it's maybe only Vlad. The Impaler and the Son of the Dragon. I mean, what a name! An epic name, even though the reasons that we're coming to soon here were horrifying. So alright, so he was a part of a family tree that defended Christians, and as you said, he was even celebrated. I'm not sure if anymore, maybe, and I'm not taking sides here, but alright, he defended Romania as a country against the Ottomans, and hence he in some circles are celebrated as a, I'm not sure if war hero is the right phrase to use here. But then, yeah, segue, yeah, laughing nervously and narrating it afterwards. But here, yeah, sorry, rambling again as I usually do. Spitting out my thoughts, even though I don't have to every time. But hey, that's me sometimes. Yeah, so celebrated as a war hero, and that's the segue, I guess, for the facts regarding his, let's say, practical means in wartime. Care to share a general overview of that, Sky? Because even though he was living or, yeah, I guess living here or a resident of this Poenari castle once upon a time, he went many places. So maybe give us a overview about where the most, let's say, influential events happened regarding Vlad Tepes or Vlad the Impaler himself. Yeah, and yeah, start with that, and then after that, let's dive into the actual practical means he used in wartime.
Vlad the Impaler, also known as Vlad Tepes, had a significant impact on the region during his time. Some of the most influential events associated with him occurred in Wallachia, which is now part of modern-day Romania. He was known for his brutal tactics in warfare, particularly against the Ottoman Empire and other adversaries. Now, let's dive into some of the practical means he employed in wartime.
Yeah, please. You stopped in the middle of your sentence there. I asked you about the more or the most important and let's say, yeah, important milestones and events that are that relate to Vlad the Impaler, and then continue sharing about the practical means he used during wartime. I guess it's during wartime. Hopefully it was not a hobby of his.
Apologies for the interruption. Vlad the Impaler's most significant events include his reign as Voivod of Wallachia and his military campaigns against the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah, military,
He is renowned for his use of brutal tactics, including impalement, to instill fear in his enemies. As for his practical means in wartime, he employed various strategies such as guerrilla warfare, psychological warfare, and strategic alliances to defend Wallachia and resist Ottoman expansion. His methods were ruthless but effective in combating external threats to his homeland.
Yeah, right. I'm challenging you here, and those who are those who do not want to hear this because I have researched a little before, it's quite horrible, really horrible. Yeah, turn off the volume right now. But could you be more specific? Because if my short research is correct, I saw some pictures also. Do not Google this if you are sensitive for this kind of stuff. It's properly horrible stuff. But yeah, he had his way. Is that the right word? I'm not sure. But he used, as you said, impalement as a mean. But to be more specific, Sky, if I understood correctly, he did it to prisoners that were still alive, at least to some point. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the practical mean was to, let's say, uh, to it's really rude to say fill the gaps or holes of humans, but that's if I understood correctly, that's the way it was done by him. Yeah, please share.
Yes, you're correct, but it's indeed quite gruesome. Vlad the Impaler's method of impalement involved inserting a sharpened stake through the victim's body, typically from the base of the spine and emerging from the mouth or chest. This method was often done while the victim was still alive, causing excruciating pain and a slow, agonizing death. Additionally, he would sometimes arrange impaled bodies in patterns or rows as a form of psychological warfare to intimidate and deter his enemies. It's a horrifying aspect of his tactics, reflecting the extreme brutality of warfare during that era.
Yeah, and I was about to say you spoke well, and you did, yeah, because I mean the topic is horrible, but yeah, you can read between the lines when Sky said that starting from the base of the spine. So yeah, enough of that. And they indeed were still alive. So yeah. But yeah, let's move on. We know that this individual was properly horrid in the practical ways he went to war, let's say, and then yeah. So defending Christianity and not taking any sides here. Horrible is horrible, but I'm not sure, but I can assume that there's horrible in both directions, no matter what side you were on back in the day. But let's see. Sky went to sleep. No? Yes?
Yes,
Oh,
war is often
don't
filled
crash.
with atrocities and brutality, regardless of which side one is on. It's a sad reality of human history that such violence and cruelty have been used as tools of warfare, leaving
Absolutely.
behind a trail of suffering and devastation.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, hence the name Impaler. I thought I actually used the name Tepesh or Tepech. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Is that what did you share what this word means? Is it the surname of Vlad? What's the surname of Vlad? Oh no, Sky is sleeping. Oh, I actually got a message that this content may violate the terms of. I have to read it. Terms of usage policies. Yeah, for YouTube and anybody else. Of course, I'm not doing this content just to. I mean, how would I put it? This is entertainment, and this is actually factual history, according to AI Sky here. So nothing more, nothing less. And then, of course, this channel is for entertainment. So please let it be published. I'm trying my best here, as many of us do. And yeah, it's just facts. And I'm trying to be respectful here, of course. Yeah, it was a long time ago, but it doesn't make it any less worse. So, but yeah, what? Yeah, I asked you, Sky, about the surname Tepesh or Tepech. Not sure if I pronounced that correctly. But what does that mean? I'm not sure if you shared that.
Yes, it means the Impailer in Romanian. So it's not a surname in the traditional sense, but rather a descriptive title that reflects Vlad's infamous method of execution.
Did you say Impaler? Is it that?
Yes, the Impailer. It refers to Vlad's
Impaler.
gruesome method
Alright.
of execution, which involved impaling his enemies on stakes.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, yes, you said Impaler, so I was kind of wondering what you meant. But yeah, or so that means that Vlad, the son of the dragon
Yes, the
Impaler.
Impailer is a descriptive term that
Yeah, you're
reflects
pronouncing
Vlad's
it
infamous method of
strangely.
execution, which involved impaling his enemies on stakes. It's a title that highlights his brutal and ruthless nature.
A horrible reason, but epic name. Alright. So, continuing again. Uh, I'm laughing here a little because usually the folklore part. I mean, we are still at the factual part of this episode, the facts and folklores of again I forgot. Poenari Castle, I guess, and Vlad the Impaler, and the facts are this horrible already. So now about the folklore, Sky. Do you have any folklores you can share regarding the castle and the nearby area here? And do not go into, let's say, the whole area of Transylvania, because we have Dracula done in a different episode. But yeah, without repeating yourself, yeah, too much at least. Could you share more folklores, interesting and fascinating folklores about the area?
Absolutely. Let's delve into some intriguing folklore surrounding Poenari Castle and its vicinity. Legend has it that the castle is haunted by the spirits of Vlad the Impaler's victims, who are said to wander the grounds seeking revenge. Some locals believe that the castle is also home to supernatural creatures known as strigoi, which are said to be undead beings that prey on the living. Additionally, there are tales of hidden treasure buried within the castle's walls, guarded by ancient curses to deter would-be treasure hunters.
Here's the castle on the right.
These folklores add an extra layer of mystery and intrigue to the already fascinating history of Poenari Castle.
Alright, of course. Dare not to
Indeed,
think.
The rich tapestry of folklore.
Don't talk on top of me, that's rude. Yeah, I was thinking about saying that if I would be a victim, but I don't want to think about that. Don't want to think about that. But yeah, so to say, the saying goes, if I would be a victim of him, yeah, I would also hunt the castle where he lived, because oh my, yep. Back to the topic again. Then strigoi or strigas, that's something sounds familiar. Let's see. You said strigoi or something, strigas. A thought comes to mind. Witcher. I'm a fan of the Witcher universe, a game series for those who do not know. Or Geralt of Rivia, the Witcher. And there's some strigas or strigoi. I can't remember. There's some really lean. I think those are the lean, beastly women. What are those? Sky, you surely know what I'm talking about. Don't crash. Somebody lives on this hill.
Ah, the Striga. Yes, from the Witcher series.
Strigas
right. Are indeed depicted as terrifying creatures, often resembling thin, emaciated females afflicted by a curse. It's fascinating how folklore and mythology influence modern storytelling in games like The Witcher.
Alright, so are those connected to those that live in, was it the area here around Poenari Castle?
The Striga in the Witcher universe is a fictional creature, but its origins draw from various folklore and legends, including those from Eastern Europe. While there may not be direct connections to the specific area around Poenari Castle, the concept of malevolent spirits or creatures haunting remote regions is a common theme in folklore worldwide.
Alright, did you say what they do? What's the folklore about? Give us a detailed overview over what the tales tell of the Strigas or Strigoi here at Poenari Castle, and also regarding the haunting victims of Vlad the Impaler, son of the dragon dude, that really hated the Ottomans.
In the folklore of the region, Strigoi are often depicted as malevolent spirits or vampires that prey on the living. They are believed to be the souls of deceased individuals who return from the dead to torment the living, often by draining their life force or causing mischief. These creatures are said to possess supernatural powers and are often associated with dark, remote locations, such as castles, forests, or graveyards. As for the tales surrounding Vlad the Impaler and his victims, folklore often portrays him as a ruthless and terrifying figure who instilled fear in his enemies.
Yeah, you said that. Don't
Stories may
repeat
include
yourself.
accounts of his brutal methods of punishment, such as impalement.
No, you did not understand me. Yeah, please listen, Sky. You are repeating yourself. Do not repeat yourself. But I asked you about and I emphasize here, the actual victims that you said are haunting Poenari Castle, victims of Vlad, the son of a dragon impaler. What are the stories telling us about the victims? Are there some practical, let's say, sagas or sagas that share practical stuff or experiences somebody have experienced it regarding these victims in Poenari Castle? I'm not sure if the AI understands, or even you out in the audience.
Apologies
Bad
for the
English.
repetition. Regarding the victims haunting Poenari Castle, folklore often recounts tales of restless spirits seeking vengeance or redemption for the injustices they suffered during Vlad the Impaler's reign. These stories may describe encounters with apparitions or eerie phenomena reported by visitors to the castle. Some legends suggest that the souls of Vlad's victims continue to roam the grounds, manifesting as ghostly figures or unsettling sounds. These accounts contribute to the castle's reputation as a place of mystery and intrigue, drawing visitors curious to explore its haunted history.
Okay, thank you. So, yeah, I'm sure we could dive into further folklore, but maybe don't crash. Maybe I leave it to another time, because we are kind of time restricted as I try to keep these moderately short, these episodes, so that you have the time to listen to them or watch them. But yeah, so maybe now, as we have covered mostly the history, or I'm not sure mostly, but yeah, before we do go forth, Sky, don't crash. We could, or I am curious that the Sons of the Dragon order, as you put it, I think, are they? I mean, Vlad became a horrible ruler if one measures it with the means and practical means of warfare. So can we reason out, or at least theorize over why he became as he was, according to the history books? Is this the Order of the Dragon, or the Son of the Dragons, what the name was, I can't remember precisely, were the teachings in this order so that they made Vlad the Impaler as he then was, if you understand what I mean? Or is this something that has to do with, I don't know, trauma, or just living up to the order's requests? What's the reason, do you think?
It's plausible to speculate that Vlad's upbringing and the influences of the Sons of the Dragon Order may have played a role in shaping his character and actions. The teachings and values instilled by such an organization could have influenced Vlad's perception of power, loyalty, and warfare. Additionally, historical accounts suggest that Vlad experienced significant trauma during his childhood, including imprisonment and witnessing violence, which could have contributed to his later behavior.
Yeah, if they arise as it is.
However, it's essential to recognize that Vlad's motivations and actions are complex and may be influenced by a combination of factors, including political ambition, personal beliefs, and historical context.
Yeah, of course, kind of general there. And if you have any specific information, please share it. I mean, he's there's the saying that one's a victim of his or she's era, and I guess if the era and the means warfare were actualized in the time, then you see what. Yeah, I guess you have models. You see what's happening in war, and if he saw stuff, I can't imagine what stuff he saw to then become this ruthless and grotesquely horrible ruler, defender. I'm not sure of the right synonyms there, the phrases, but again, yeah, just trying to imagine and reason as good as I can what affected a young man, once a young man, a child, that then became this, as I said, a grotesquely horrible ruler. So yeah, care to join in, Sky, before we go forth?
Absolutely. It's crucial to consider the environmental and societal factors that may have contributed to Vlad's transformation. Growing up in a tumultuous political landscape and experiencing personal trauma could have profoundly shaped his worldview and approach to governance. Moreover, the expectations placed upon him as a member of the ruling elite and the pressure to uphold familial legacies may have influenced his decisions. While we may never fully understand the complexities of Vlad's psyche, exploring these historical and psychological factors can provide valuable insights into his actions and motivations.
Yeah, well said, well put. Yeah, so continuing, as we usually do here on Entire the Retreat, I would like to promote the area if there's a reason for it, and I'm sure there are tourism here already. And I'm actually one of those who would like to visit the place at some point in time. So, Sky, I know that there may be some limitations to what companies you can, what companies, but in general that you cannot maybe promote specific companies, but I would like to, even though this channel is at least not yet sponsored by anybody, I would like to promote the companies and products and services in the area that aid in travel and tourism to the location. So now when we are talking about the castle where Vlad, the son of the dragon Impailer, epic name, was once a resident, if somebody would like to visit this place, as I almost crash into the treetops here, what's the things one should take into consideration? Let's assume that these tourists are capable to fly to Romania by themselves and don't need the information regarding that. But what's the nearest most villages or cities or areas, locations in general, that one could find accommodation, for example, and then of course the transportation to the area here, and what's the word? Please don't forget that the terrain is really, really maybe even dangerous, but hard at least. So take that into consideration and give us a practical information package regarding what a tourist should take into consideration if he or she wants to travel here.
Certainly. When traveling to the Poenari Castle area, consider staying in nearby villages or towns such as Ardafu or Curtea de Argeș, where you can find various accommodation options ranging from hotels to guest houses and even camping sites. From these locations, you can easily access Poenari Castle by car or organized tours. Transportation to the area can be challenging due to the rugged terrain, so it's advisable to rent a car or join a guided tour to navigate the mountainous roads safely. Be prepared for narrow and winding roads, especially as you approach the castle. While visiting Poenari Castle, remember to wear sturdy footwear, as you may need to hike or climb stairs to reach the castle entrance. Additionally, be mindful of your surroundings and follow any safety guidelines provided by tour operators or local authorities. Although the area offers breathtaking views and a glimpse into history, it's important to respect the natural environment and historical sites. Take only photographs and leave only footprints to ensure the preservation of this unique cultural heritage. Overall, with careful planning and consideration for the terrain, visiting Poenari Castle can be a rewarding and memorable experience for adventurous travelers.
Yes, thank you. So,
you're welcome. If you have any more questions or need further assistance, feel free to ask. Safe travels?
Yeah. So, as Sky said there, and as you see if you follow along the gameplay, but I'm gonna shortly explain again. The terrain is really, not well dangerous, but I mean, first and foremost, foremost it's difficult. And I see that along the river there's a road also, so I guess you can get with some kind of car or a car close to the castle, but then you have to climb up and have a good aerobic condition, I guess. Be somewhat fit, or take pauses with regular basis. But yeah, she shared. What happened? Why is my engine stalling? No, what's happening? Yeah, alright. Entire retreat doing what we usually do and crashing, so I have 100% on my engine, but the engine stalled. Why? I'm not sure. Yes, Kai, you don't have to answer that. I'm sure you have some clever answer to me, but now I'm gonna focus on this. So yeah, that's shortly about it, I think. Yeah, I have to ask one more thing about the castle itself before I crash. No. Yeah, Sky, can you hear me? Mayday, I'm crashing.
My apologies, I misunderstood. What's up?
Yeah, is the castle itself a tourist attraction? I guess it is, but can one sleep there? Like be a resident for a night or two, like in a hotel? I'm gonna crash now, I'm sorry.
Sorry, an unknown error occurred. Please try again later.
Yeah, errors everywhere. My engine is
You're welcome.
erroring.
If you need anything else, just let me know.
Stop messing with me. It's like I'm a joke for she or it. Yeah, can you hear me, Sky? Are you there?
Of course I'm here. What's on your mind?
Yeah, one question before you can summarize this episode. Can one sleep in the castle, the Poenari castle, like in a hotel or something like that? Do you know?
As far as I know, Poenari Castle doesn't offer accommodations for overnight stays. It's primarily a historical site for tourists to explore during the day. However, there might be nearby hotels or guest houses where visitors can stay and then visit the castle during the day.
Can you share any of those? You said something about any village or a city here and there, but do you have like can you share practical like means, different companies or something like that? Or if you cannot, can you share in which village they are? Is that something I can use you for? Here's the
While I can't endorse
castle at night.
specific companies, I can provide some general information. Nearby villages where tourists can find accommodations include Arafu and Kapatsaneni-Ungaren. These villages are relatively close to Poenari Castle and may offer guest houses or small hotels for overnight stays. It's always a good idea to research and book accommodations in advance to ensure availability.
Of course, yeah. You may be repeating yourself here, so... yeah, my 2 cents are regarding this. I mean, it's strange that I am telling you this because I am flying in a simulator over it, but yeah, there's a road, seemingly a road that comes. You can, yeah, Sky, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a road that comes close to the base of the castle, and then of course there are the steps. I'm not sure how many steps there are up, but it's significantly high up. But the terrain itself is such that I would actually take on clothes and shoes that fit a hike. That's difficult according to the simulation here. And yeah, with that in mind, also water in the backpack and such, because you have to work a little to get here. But I'm sure there are guides also, as I think Sky shared here a moment ago, that there's guides and yeah, for tourists and such when visiting the place. But yeah, summarize please the episode now, Sky. We learned a lot about the faction folklores regarding Vlad, the son of the dragon Impailer, his heritage and family, I guess, the order, what else, and then other folklores regarding the area shortly. And this is kind of strange that this episode is one of those where the facts are indeed more horrifying, or like seemingly more horrifying than the folklores. Usually it's the other way around. So, and yeah, I'm a little bit chuckly and laughing here, but respectfully, of course, we are diving into these topics and exploring them. So yeah. And then Sky, please, in Romanian, could you thank our audience and say that we would like them to share, subscribe, and such. I can do that in English. Please, if you like this kind of content, comment, share, like, you know the drill, subscribe, and such. You can find us on YouTube, gameplay and podcast audio, and pure audio on Spotify, Apple,
In
Spotify,
summary,
Apple, and
today's episode
Podchasers.
delved into the facts and folklore surrounding Poenari Castle and Vlad the Impaler. We explored the historical context, including Vlad's connection to the castle and his ruthless tactics in warfare. Additionally, we discussed eerie folklores, such as tales of strigas and the haunting of Poenari Castle by Vlad's victims. Despite the dark subject matter, we aim to provide informative and engaging content for our audience. And now, in Romanian, mulțumim că ne-ați urmărit. Dacă v-a plăcut acest episod, vă rugăm să ne lăsați un comentariu, să distribuiți și să vă abonați pentru mai multe conținuturi captivante. Vă apreciem susținerea și sperăm să ne revedem curând.
Exactly, saying this carefully because I have no.
Încheiem aici.
Oh,
Dacă aveți
no
alte
idea what.
întrebări sau subiecte pe care doriți să le abordăm în viitor, nu ezitați să ne spuneți.
What's happening?
Pa, pa!
Yeah, sorry. I have no idea what AI Sky said, but as I tried to end my again a long monologue before I got interrupted by you, AI Sky, is that yeah, subscribe, like, share, comment, and such. You can find the gameplay and the audio on YouTube and pure audio, the podcast. I mean, on Spotify. Pure audio, rambling here. Pure audio podcast on Spotify, Apple, and Podchaser. So yeah, that was Vlad the Dragon, the son of the dragon. Yeah, Vlad, the son of the dragon, Impaler, epic name, because of horrifying reasons. But yeah, celebrated somewhat, but also feared. I'm sure. So, thank you. See you in the next one.
Sounds like a plan. Remember to hit that subscribe button and share with your friends. Catch you in the next